What's up guys, Mitchell Watts with Town & Country TV, and today I'm excited to bring you this video showcasing this new 2020 Ford F-150. So a good customer reached out to us from Tennessee, said, hey dude, I want a truck, I want it supercharged, which is what this is. We custom built the truck for him, and he's actually here right now, just got here to take delivery of the truck itself. So I'm super excited to show you this particular truck, but also to kind of inform you guys a little bit and why you clicked on the video, which is the new 2021s and the Superchargers that Roush Performance and Ford Performance are going to be coming out with that particular vehicle. That is coming up next on TC Customs Town & Country TV. Before we get into the video, I need to let you know that Town & Country Ford is giving away this brand new Bronco Sport, and with the help of TC Customs, we're going to be completely tricking it out as well. Now, the contest at the time I'm making this video has not actually been released to the public, so if you want to be the first to be notified when this contest goes live and how you can enter to win, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel with that bell notification turned on. First, let's do this. Let's take a look at the truck itself, just an overview of the factory equipment. Then we're going to touch on what TC Customs did to the truck. We're going to talk about the Supercharger, and then we're going to wrap it up with all of the details you need to know about the new 2021 Supercharger for the next generation F-150. So this is going to be an F-150. It's an XLT 2020 model, as I've already mentioned to you. This has got the 302A equipment group. So it's got things like the heated seats. It's got the switchblade key, which by the way is one of the enhancements they picked up on the 21. 302A now gets the push button start, but for the 2020 you still had the switchblade key. But the reason that this customer particularly picked this one out is because it had a 5.0 and it had the Sport Appearance Package. And the Sport Appearance Package, as you probably already know, means there's no chrome on anywhere on the truck, with some rare exceptions like emblems and things like that. But we actually took care of that as well. But on this particular truck, as you can see, that it's basically a normal 302A equipment group. But what TC Customs did is a lot of different things to really take the customization to the next level. So the very first thing that you can actually see is you've got a set of 33 by 1250 Nitto Ridge Grapplers. These are going to be wrapped around the Fuel Rage wheels, and as you can see, it's a polished black wheel to it, and it's got a really nice milling to it as well. It's not a very common wheel. You don't see a whole lot of these, but we have sold a couple of sets. I do like it because it actually has the center cap here. That allows for a couple of extra fitments, and that allows you to keep the cost down on these wheels versus having the exposed lug nuts. So something that you need to realize. From the Ford factory, you do have your box side step, which makes it really easy to get in and out of the bed of the truck if you've got stuff up here, which this customer did not opt for the bed cover, which we have just about all kind of bed covers, whether it's Retracts, Ford Performance, or Ford Accessories rather, and then even Roll and Lock. We actually have all of those for sale on our website, tccustoms.com, or in person as well. But the other thing that this customer did is he actually put on a set of AMP power deployable running boards. As you guys know, there are 3 different versions for the F-150 for the AMP power deployable steps. This one, which is going to be the most economical one, still has the ability to drop down, makes it nice and easy and low to get in the vehicle. I'm 6'3", because once again, got to say it in every video, but you can see here the arch with my leg. It's going to be very easy for even a lady in a dress to get in and out of this vehicle on date nights. So this is kind of the perfect level of height, aggressiveness, and we'll talk about speed here in just a second. But the AMP power deployable steps make it that much easier to get in and out of the vehicle. Moving on to the front of the truck a little bit, I want to kind of tell you how we were able to get these 33 by 1250s cleared in the front. So this has got a BDS 2.5-inch leveling kit on the truck, and we like this particular leveling kit because it's a 2-piece leveling kit. So on my previous F-150, the 2017 XLT that I had a Mammoth off-road leveling kit, and there was nothing wrong with it. It was just one big puck that stuck between the strut itself and then the actual vehicle itself, pushed everything down. The only problem with that is that it kind of sacrificed the ride quality a little bit. And what BDS does is they give you a 2 spacer on the leveling kit. So you've got one that goes above the strut, and then you've got one that goes in the strut. By doing that, it actually reduces the stress on the components and actually allows you to handle a little bit better, and it's not as jarring when you're hitting bumps and things like that. So pretty cool stuff. That's one of the reasons BDS on the F-150, if you're looking for something around a 2 or 2.5-inch leveling kit, that's my go-to recommendation. Now, if you want something a little bit bigger, there's nothing wrong with the ReadyLift 3.5. That's an SST lift. You don't want to just do a 3.5 in the front and nothing in the back. You're going to be doing that Carolina squat. You know what I'm saying? Oh, speaking of squat, If you guys didn't get a chance to see the finished product, we did a video a little while ago where Colton said, oh, he squatted a truck. I'm shocked at how many people didn't watch that video all the way through. There's the living proof that that truck did not get squatted. We actually finished the lift kit on it. And by the way, at this time, this truck is still for sale. So if you want information about buying that truck or really any truck, the phone number is right there on the screen. It's 205-491-0000. Or if you want to get a hold of Colton, who's our TC Customs manager, and you want to customize a truck you already own, we price match on nearly everything. So feel free to hit him up. That number is right there on the screen as well. It's 205-491-0010. But anyways, back to the truck itself. TC Customs work. What else did we do to the truck? This particular vehicle, because it's an XLT Sport Appearance Package, it automatically comes with a magnetic painted front grille. What we did is we actually took the grille apart. We left this part black to give it a nice contrast, but we sanded and repainted the magnetic part to match the white on the rest of the vehicle. So this vehicle is Oxford white in color, which is the color that you get on the actual F150 XLTs. But we also noticed that we did our custom emblems. And so as you can see, we've got a custom painted emblem white here with the black inserts. And if you want, we actually can ship you a set of emblems already custom painted so you can install them as well. So that link will be down in the description as well. Now let's do this. Let's take a look on the inside, and then we'll wrap it up on the truck itself with the Supercharger, which is why everybody is here. Well, really, it's for the 2021, but taking a look at the interior, you can see this is the custom catskin premium leather seating. As you probably already know, we do a whole lot of custom catskin leather. There's nothing wrong with catskin or road wire or what have you, but we actually have the seats look fantastic. You would never know the difference between the Ford factory and the catskin, and one of the reasons for that is catskin, a lot of people don't know this, is one of the suppliers for the Ford factory leather in Dearborn. So catskin is supplying leather for the actual manufacturer. It's one of the reasons this leather looks so good. And you've got the nice perforation in the middle of the seat. You've got the contrast stitching. And then something that TC Customs did, we actually did the TC logo in the headrest. Once again, just to signify, this is not just a dealer-built truck. This is something that is 20 years worth of history and experience in customizing these trucks. It is a unique, it's a specialty vehicle, but you don't have to pay specialty vehicle pricing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look underneath the hood. Underneath the hood of this F-150 is going to be one of the reasons you're actually here on this video. 5.0 V8 engine. Now, what TC Customs has done, because we are a dedicated Roush dealer, we actually have technicians that is nearly all they do is work on engines all day long. So we don't have just some random oil change technician coming in here and working on the actual engine and transferring this from a naturally aspirated into what you see here, a 5.0 liter V8 with a supercharger. This is a 2.3 liter TVS twin vortice series supercharger, and this thing is making a ton of horsepower, as you can see right there on the screen. Now, the cool part about this particular supercharger setup is it is a turnkey setup. I had, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to make this video, because we're constantly doing customer builds and we don't nearly have the chance to feature every customer build, but I wanted to use this a question that I got yesterday, which was, hey man, I'm thinking about a 2020 model with a supercharger, but I also don't know if I want to wait for the 2021. Well, this particular setup, when you're doing this supercharger, it's not just like, hey, let me take off the intake and bolt on a supercharger. You actually have to disassemble the entire motor. You have to grind down a couple of pieces on the block, which is why you don't want a random oil change technician learning on your vehicle. You want someone that's done this hundreds, if not thousands of times, and then they put it back together. So this is not just an easy slap it together supercharger and you're good to go. It actually takes some modification, and you can, to my knowledge, I might be wrong, but I don't believe you can actually take it back to stock once you've got the supercharger on there. That's the reason you want to make sure whoever's doing it does it right. So there you go. But as you can see, the cool part about this supercharger, it is co-engineered with Ford Performance and Roush Performance. Why does that even matter? Well, Roush Performance, a lot of people don't realize this, their company, their parent company is actually Roush Industries. And that is a big, massive company that has got a bunch of engineers that do a lot of research and development for smaller things on the Ford line, the GM line, and also the Ram line. And so that when they have a question that they don't understand, they call Roush Performance. And so what Ford Performance has done is they were able to get the research and development on the actual stock 5.0 motor, get that data over to Roush Performance, and together they co-engineered this particular supercharger, which by the way is the exact same scenario for this new 2021 model supercharger. And so a lot of people asked, okay, well, should I wait for the 21 to do a supercharger? If you want to wait to do a supercharger in 2021, you can definitely do that. From what everybody is telling me right now, you're going to be looking at a supercharger is available for us to install, hopefully in the last part of the first quarter of 2021, so March, April, what have you. And then they're saying that it could be pushed out, in the second quarter of 2021. So it's going to be somewhere in that range. If you're wanting a supercharger installed from Roush Performance on a turnkey vehicle like a Roush Nightmare, it's going to be a 2022 model year. And the reason for that is because it's not going to have the CARB certification to be able to sell on a dealer lot pre-title. So technically speaking, legally speaking, this supercharger was installed post-title, meaning the customer did the paperwork, we installed the supercharger, therefore you're not having to worry about a 50-state CARB emissions. Now, this is a 50-state legal supercharger, and it will be available also on the new 2021, but just know that you're not going to be able to buy it on a dealer lot pre-installed until later in 2022, but we can actually help you with the supercharger much sooner than that. If you want some more information about adding the supercharger, once again, that phone number is going to be right there on the screen for you. But the reason I like this particular supercharger setup, it is, as I've mentioned to you, it's 100% turnkey. We install it, it's got a custom pre-mapped tune to it, and the nice part is that it's backed by the full warranty. So a 3-year 36,000 mile bumper to bumper warranty still maintained. A 3-year 36,000 mile powertrain warranty is what you get on this particular vehicle. So you do need to realize that it takes that powertrain warranty from a Ford factory from a 5-year 60 down to the 3-year 36,000 mile. But the fact that you're getting this kind of horsepower and torque out of a vehicle that has a 3-year 36,000 mile warranty is mind-blowing. Let's put it this way, Roush Performance, if they thought this thing was going to have issues at all, they're not going to offer a 3-year 36,000 mile warranty. So there you go. Now let's talk about warranties for a second, since we're getting there, since we're kind of on this topic anyway. So, this customer drove in from Tennessee. Let's say he has an issue with the, the radio. Well, obviously the supercharger has nothing to do with the radio. He can take it to any Ford dealership. All 3,600 something dealers in the United States can help with that warranty claim. Now, if you happen to have an issue with the supercharger itself, you can obviously bring it back to one of our 2 locations here in Alabama, but there's also quite a few Roush dealers in the United States that we can actually set you up with for any kind of repairs that you might need. It's actually a lot easier to fix the issues than to actually install the supercharger, if that makes any sense. The main thing is you don't want some dummy figuring out grinding down the block and they say, oops, I ground down a little too far. That's what you don't want. The warranty work is very comparable, similar to a brand new F150. And so that's kind of that. As far as the 2021, we don't have horsepower and torque numbers just yet on the new body style. But keep in mind that the horsepower and torque numbers on the 2021 are comparable to the 2020s. And so I expect the superchargers to be comparable. A slight horsepower and torque bump is going to be my expectation, but nonetheless, I'm very excited about that. You'll also have some Roush Performance packs that are going to be available, and also we're in development with MagnaFlow, which actually is something we didn't talk about, but this vehicle does have the black tip MagnaFlow exhaust system that we were actually the original. We had an exclusive for a period of time with MagnaFlow to sell that exhaust system. Now it's available out on the open market, but if you go to tccustoms.com, we constantly have deals going on there, coupons and that kind of thing. So yeah, definitely check that out. I hope this answered a lot of the questions on the Supercharger for the 2020, but also the 2021, because there is there's not going to be a whole lot of difference. Yes, they're saying the 21 F-150 is like 97% different than the 20, but realistically, there's going to be a lot of carryover as far as the motors and the Superchargers and things like that. So once again, I hope this answered your questions about that Supercharger that's upcoming. At least that's all we know so far. So anyways, if you have some questions, feel free to hit us up. The phone number, like I said, is going to be right there below, tccustoms.com. In fact, check out that TC Customs website, because we're constantly doing giveaways, and we've got a massive giveaway that is coming up that we're not quite ready to share with you just yet. So make sure you check out and subscribe to our channel, so that way you're the first person to know about this massive giveaway. When I say massive, I'm afraid I'm going to say too much and then get in trouble. But anyways, let's just leave it at that. So if you haven't already done so, hit some comments down below with any questions that you've got. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel with the bell notification turned on, so you don't miss a single video.